Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's Tonal here with DNB Academy, and today I want to look at delays, sort of hacking delays to create interesting effects. We use delay all the time. Every tune I've ever done has had some form of delay in it, and we tend to gravitate towards using them in the same way every time. So I've got this melody hit from the DNB Academy Creative Suite. The reason I've chosen it is it's just a really short percussive kind of hit, and you'll be able to hear the delay tails much better than something that's a bit longer. But all these tricks will work on anything. So here we go. Got that, and you can hear that we've got a delay. We've also got a filter delay. We'll come on to filter delay in a bit. So the way that we would often standard use it, or at least I would sort of standardly use it, is turning the feedback up and then adding a bit of a filter. Cool, sounds fine, sounds great. But let's turn the filter off for now. And let's turn sync off on our left and right as well. If we do really, really short decay times, we can create almost like tonal oscillations within the sound. You can hear that there, right? If I turn the feedback up, and you can hear that happening there, right? We can also then unsync our left and our right and create interesting variations that way as well. So actually that by pure accident is quite a nice one. Shorten our feedback a little bit. If I make this one also tonal, and we can automate these as well. So if I had, this happening on every beat, let's say, and then, in fact, let's not even automate them. Let's set an LFO. So if I go to Max for Live, I'll just search LFO, audio effect LFO, and let's create two, and then map that to each one, and we'll label them left and right. Let's set them both to random. Set the offset so that they're only happening in the kind of lower end, and lower the depth a bit. And again on this one, so we'll offset it to the lower end and then lower the depth. Add some smooth to both, and we'll turn the feedback right up. Let's adjust these a little bit more and slow them down. Adjust the offset because they're a little bit too low at the moment. Let's maybe add a filter. In fact, what I'm going to do is that. You can hear, right? They're kind of weird, interesting little effects that you can use. It works well for if you're using non-tonal sounds as well. So if we grab a snare very quickly. So I've got a snare here from the same Creative Suite, and we'll just run that through. Turn the feedback up. And if we even turn the LFOs off and actually automate these instead, so I'll have to probably delete those for now. Turn that down. And do a similar kind of automation for the left. Again, still making sure that they're off so we get that kind of stereo weirdness. you can essentially create kind of interesting fills in breaks. Turn the filter off. And there you go. So that's one interesting little trick. We can then apply that to filter delays, which have 3 different delays to them. So this is a filter delay. We've got 3 different elements, all with individual separate controls. So if we set the central delay, the left and right, to the 3 here, we can set these to slightly shorter ones, and then do some very, very minor adjustments to the left and right as it plays, just to create some interesting kind of weird offsets with the sound that we're doing. I'm actually going to turn that filter essentially off as well. And we'll turn the volume for those left and right channels down. We'll do, again, 2 LFOs. I'll just add them now. Cool, so we've got both of our LFOs, and let's map these to the time for left and right. Gonna set the offset to be quite low, the depth right down, the rates much lower. And this can be really cool on chords as well. So if I just drag in a chord sample quickly. So we've got these keys from the random movement sample pack on DNB Academy, and I'll just run it through these. And hopefully you can hear that on your end. I was sort of just tweaking as we were going. But there's this weird kind of stereo, pitchy, shifting stuff going on in the headphones that just sounds way more interesting than the like straight file. I think this is a really nice progression, just for the record. But and if we increase the depth, we can even get some slightly slower delays as well. I could be tweaking this forever, so I'm not going to. But hopefully, the idea is obvious in the way that we can create more interesting effects. Obviously, if you were doing this in a tune, you would balance it better, so the delay would be much more subtle and sort of sit further back in the mix. And you'd have your main chord synth still much more up front, or your drums or whatever it is. But that's it, really. It's just a way to utilize an effect that we're using all the time, but in a much more interesting way than just like a vocal delay or something. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. Any questions, let us know, and I'll see you in the next one.